Hi, it's Paul Calandra, Conservative candidate in Markham-Stouffville. Since this election began, our number one priority has been to protect the Canadian economy. And to do that, we have brought forward a balanced budget, low-tax plan. But we also understand how important it is to make important investments in infrastructure. That's why since 2006, our Conservative government has done just that. In fact, our Building Canada Fund is the largest and longest infrastructure investment in Canadian history. More than 3 times the size of the previous Liberal government's investments in infrastructure. In Ontario, that has been investments of over $12 billion. And we're seeing the benefits of that across the province, whether it's in bridges, roads, sewers, recreational facilities. We are getting the job done because we know how important it is for Canadians. In fact, our new Building Canada plan is double at over $80 billion, and it is indexed. We're making sure that we can do this while balancing the budget and cutting taxes for all Canadians. This is how we're going to continue to grow the Canadian economy.
Hello to our CCAO members. My name is Matthew Kelway. I'm the NDP's Urban Affairs, Infrastructure and Deputy Transport Critic. I'm very proud of our infrastructure platform. It's about ensuring substantial and immediate investment, but importantly, long-term, predictable investment to provinces, territories, municipalities, so that they can build into their cities, towns, and rural Canada the kind of infrastructure they need to make their economies succeed. Our platform includes a dedicated transit fund that ramps up to $1.3 billion annually and goes out 20 years. Increased transfers of $1.5 billion of the existing gas tax. We will also retain the existing new Building Canada Fund. Applications are in, projects are underway, and they shouldn't be jeopardized. We will raise up to $4.5 billion in a green bonds fund for investment in projects across the country, and we will set afoot a new eco-energy program as we move to meet our obligations to mitigate climate change. The NDP's platform is about long-term, predictable investment to bring about lasting change.
We recognize that infrastructure investments are critical to the future of this country. We need to invest more in the things that are going to make a difference for the future of Canadians, creating productive resources in transit, in affordable housing, in dealing with the effects of climate change. Our approach will be to work together with municipalities and provincial governments to make sure that we can actually deliver on infrastructure investments in a way that's going to ensure that we maximize the potential from each and every investment. We know that leveraging private sector expertise is critical to the success of infrastructure investments. The approach that we've taken is to attract some excellent private sector people into public life, people that can work together, cross boundaries to make sure that we have the expertise from the private sector together with the public sector. Our collaborative approach will make an enormous difference.
Hi CDAO, my name's Wes Regan and I'm the Green Party of Canada's critic for urban affairs and housing and candidate here in Vancouver East. The Green Party realizes that for far too long now we've seen a growing infrastructure deficit in Canada. It's time to start thinking like a country again. And part of that is embracing the fact that we've become an increasingly urban country. We want to see 1% of GST allocated specifically to make up this urban infrastructure gap, about $6.4 billion a year. How things get prioritized, though, is where I feel the Green Party is truly creative. We're putting forward a concept called the Council of Canadian Governments. And this idea builds on the Australian model that sees the multiple levels of government sitting down at the same table to make sure that resources are getting where they need to go in order to prioritize the types of infrastructure that cities and regions need most. We also see the private sector playing a crucial role in this and are going to be implementing tax credits to incentivize weatherization and improvements in infrastructure.